Nothing in terms of dunya. Yeah? Not offering you anything. But then again, in terms of dunya, what we have, we offer. What we eat, everyone is welcome to eat what we eat. We're sleeping on the ground. You may have your luxury beds at home, but maybe once a month, once a week, you're going to sleep on the floor a little bit. To feel what it is, how the holy ones, they live their lives. Sahabe Kiram, how they live their lives. Are we comparing ourselves to them? No. It's still luxury compared to what they have, but at least when you're coming here, you are putting aside your comfort, what you're used to say, for the sake of Allah, let me try to do something. Be a little bit uncomfortable. Don't lose sight of that. Don't be blind to that. Don't let your ego to trick you. If you want a higher understanding, a higher station, a higher knowledge, you have to give up some things. Isn't it? You want to become a doctor. You want to become a lawyer. You want to become the boss of your company. You want to run a business. I'm talking from a dunya simple level. In order to get that, do you think that you can have all the luxury and all the time and everything that you are used to? Waking up anytime you want, sleeping anytime you want, eating anytime you want, socializing anytime you want, and you still be able to get that degree to become a lawyer, that permission to become a doctor, to become the boss of your company? No, you have to give up. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? Yes, it is uncomfortable. You know what? Welcome to Tariqat. If you're coming to Tariqat and you feel very comfortable, so luxurious, everything is good, everything is love, it's not our association. You're welcome to do that in other associations. But it doesn't make sense now. Sahabe Kiram did not have every comfort and luxury to gain that title of being a companion of the Prophet. The highest title ever given to mankind other than a Prophet. That even if you are the highest saint, you cannot come close to a Sahabi. They had to give up. Don't let the ego to trick you to say, well, I thought it's going to be so nice and as it was when I first came, riding on a high is a honeymoon period. Then later when the honeymoon period finishes, you say, what? Why I can't live like this my whole time? Now I have to work on a relationship. Honeymoon period finished, now I have to get along. Now I have to be mature. Now I have to understand. Now I have to compromise. Now I have to step on my ego. If it's up to selfish ideas, they say, no, that's not love. Then they say, I divorce you. Then they go to another one. Same honeymoon period, but less time spent that time. Then they finish that, they say, no, I want another one. I want not completely not committing. Commitment. Taking a bayat means a commitment. Giving a shahadat means commitment. Believing, it means committing. You are committing. You are holding on tightly. Understand, this world is not a paradise. Do not make this world into a paradise. If you try to make this world into a paradise, every disaster, every darkness, every depression will come to you. Especially if you are someone looking for truth. Because you are denying that big truth in front of you, that this world is not a paradise. You're denying it. This world, according to believers, this world is a punishment. Because we are separated. Separated from whom? Separated from Allah. We are separated from our Prophet. We are separated from our own reality. Our reality is not here. Alhamdulillah, in our jama'at, we understand because we are separated from our Shaykh. And the Prophet ﷺ says, the world, for a believer, it is a prison. For the unbeliever, it is a paradise. Now try to see which one it is. Am I saying that we must make this world to be depressing and terrible for us? No. Islam is a complete way of life. There is a balance. Those ones who completely understand that this world is not a paradise, they're not making this world into a paradise. They understand this world a prison. Those people, you think that they are the most depressed, sad people, that they are the happiest people. Because while living in this world, they're already experiencing paradise. Because they made a connection to that world. And those are the Awliya Allah, that when you're with them, you get a taste, you get a feel that even if we live hundreds of miles away, we run to the top of a mountain just to sit for a while and to forget about everything. Because those ones, they're connected to Allah. They're connected to the paradise. They're connected to those lights. And when you sit, you get lighter. You get more satisfaction. You can pray. You can make zikr by yourself as much as you want. But you know, it is completely different now. That much amal you make at home, it cannot be compared to sitting in the presence of Shaykh Effendi for 1 minute. You're sitting there, you look at his face. How he takes away every burden that you have. You have so much darkness coming. You're sitting there, you find peace, you find light. Try to look for peace and light in this world. You may find it only temporary and more darkness coming to you. Because where you're finding light and peace, those sources, they don't have light and peace. Because they're not taking it from Allah and His Prophet. Those ones, they're taking it from shaitan and his ego. So if you're not running to say Allah, you're going to run around saying dunya. You're going to run around saying my ego, my nafs. You're going to run around repeating the values of shaitan. Because the one who does not have a shaykh, his shaykh is shaitan. Meaning, everyone, whether you believe it or you don't believe, everyone follows a guide. Everyone follows a guide. You're saying, I don't have a shaykh, I don't want to follow a guide. You're still following a guide. You're just not following Awliya Allah. That's all. But your guide now is maybe that shaitan box television. Whatever television is saying, you're saying, yes, yes sir, I believe you, 100%. Or your guide is going to be the media, the newspapers. You're reading, yes sir, that's right, that's correct. Or magazines, or books, or other role models, or celebrities, or singers, or movie stars. But you're always taking a guide. Those ones says, no, I don't take any guide but myself. You're fooling yourself. Because you did not come into this world with all the knowledge of your father or your grandfather or your great-grandfather. Even if you come with that knowledge, they have to teach you. You may even have that inside, but if it's not woken up, it's kept inside and you may kill it. So everyone is following a guide. Choose your guides properly. Either you're going to choose those ones who are friends of Allah, or you're going to choose those ones who are friends of Shaitan. Choose the friends of Allah. And the friends of Allah will always make you to understand yourself. Will always make you to understand this world that you are living in. And will always make you to understand the paradise that you are going to. And you start to make your journey. Those friends of Allah will always make you to understand. They always make you to understand the veils, the barricades that is stopping you from reaching to your destination. They're not going to come and pat you to say, very good, you have reached somewhere. No. Not in dunya way, not in Akhirat way. Even if you go to the highest university in this world, you enter there, they don't pat you to say, now you are the best, you can go. No. They say, now you come here, you're going to forget everything that you've learned. And we're going to bring you new knowledge. You learn in school everything, you go to work, the boss is going to look at you. So where you graduate from? Harvard. He's going to say. You know nothing. Nothing, they say. You know nothing. Because you have not gotten what? The job experience yet, correct? With any work that you do. You're a policeman, a doctor, anything. You don't have the job experience yet. Now, you're going to do the work. Then you say, oh, this is different from the book knowledge that I have. Awliya Allah, they do not teach you book knowledge. They do not teach you book knowledge. If anything, they say, get rid of the books. Now open your heart. Now understand. We're going to teach you the knowledge that is fresh and alive. Not stale book knowledge. And that time, you will start to taste your faith, yes. That time you'll understand what is alive and what is fresh and what is stale. You're reading books, completely different. You're worshipping by yourself, completely different. You're in the presence of the friends of Allah, completely different. That's why they are saying, because those friends of Allah, they are not looking in this world. They have completely turned their face and their heart. Their Qibla is already Allah. And when you look at them, you're looking at what they're looking at. Understanding? So, run to find guides like that. Be with them. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, be with the Salihin. Be with them. He did not say become a Salihin. He says be with them. Because He understands how weak we are. Just by being in their presence, so much will be lifted from us. So much that we are going to gain. So much that we are going to understand. So much that we are going to be blessed with. But only if you open your heart and if you come with an empty cup, not a full cup. You come with a full cup, they cannot put anything inside. Until you empty it, then they can fill it. And that time, once you say, I want to follow that guide, the guide may tell you now, very good, you come with empty heart, I can fill it up. But now, according to the himmat, according to the ambition of the murid, not only that, but according to how much that murid is in the plan that Allah has put, that the Shaykh says, now you have to reach somewhere for work, to do the work of Allah, not reach somewhere to achieve high station, just so you can be with huris, or you can be in paradise, you can, no, that's still selfishness. They may pick you and you say, now you have to be somewhere. That time they say, you come with an empty cup. Not necessary anymore. It's not enough. Now we have to take the cup and we're going to break it. That's when you start feeling the pain a little bit. Still nothing. Then shaitan will enter. Are you sure this is the tariqat you want to belong to? Ego is going to say, look, what the heck is this? Are we supposed to just be on a high saying Allah, Allah and filled with love? Why suddenly you feel so uncomfortable, you feel so pressured, you feel like you're alone, you feel this, you feel that? Good! Now you're going through the cleaning process. They're breaking the cup. You feel your heart broken. Mawlana Rumi is saying, if you don't break the cup, if you don't break your heart, if it doesn't crack, no light will enter. Then, you finish breaking the cup, they say, we give you a new cup. Better than the one that you had before. Understanding? You think you have a cup, it's not. But I thought you're just going to clean my cup. Your cup is no good for nothing. Same in the world. I thought I came with degree from Harvard Law School. It's good enough. No, tear that. There's nothing now. Now you're working with us, you know nothing. You're going to start from scratch all over again. People understand when it comes to worldly knowledge, but when it comes to spiritual knowledge, suddenly there's a mental block there. Because the shaitan and the ego is not going to keep quiet. It's always going to say, whispering, are you sure this is not good? Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe this is a... But that is the time when you're going to use your stubbornness. Yes. Stubbornness for the sake of Allah. You don't understand. Who cares if you understand or you don't? Is the student ever going to understand the teacher? Everything? No. You just come into the hospital. You're new. You're a rookie doctor. Are you ever going to understand the doctor who has been there for 20 years? No. So you just come in. You'll never understand the work of the Shaykh at that time. The Shaykh will destroy that cup and give you a new cup, much better. Give you a new feeling. And that time, you start working, you start thinking. It's up to you too. There is no compulsion, there is no forcing in religion. You want to leave, leave. People are saying, what kind of tariqat is this? That kind of tariqat. That's what makes the Naqshbandi tariqat the most high tariqat. Because our aim is to put Allah in our heart. The Naqsh. Naqsh. To put the, what is Naqsh? Embroidery. Embroidery. Engraving to the heart. And to be a servant. Not to expect anything to. Not to do something, expect something. Shaykh Maulana Hazrat Ali is saying, according to the level now of the murid, of the believer, of the one who has taken bayat, if you're doing something, you're praying, and you're hoping, and you're asking Allah to reward you because of your prayer, that is the most worst thing ever that a believer can do. Because you're doing it expecting to get a reward. What do you think you're making? Business with Allah? A lot of people will find trouble with this. They'll find a problem with this. They say, how can you speak like that? Allah is saying we're going to reward you. Yeah, Allah reward, but we're not going to demand from Allah. We're not going to say, now I pray, now you must send me a blessing. No. We're praying, why? We're worshipping, why? Because Allah deserves to be worshipped. Isn't it? We're worshipping because Allah deserves to be worshipped. If Allah wants to bless us, it is up to Him. We didn't sign a contract with Allah saying, now I give a shahadat to you, and every prayer that I make, you must give me this. It's not. We didn't sign any contract that time. So, now it is according to the level of submission, of servanthood. But this is something which, especially in the West now, they can never understand. They say this is not servanthood, this is slavery. You must have pride. Don't bend down. Complete shaitanic. Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adam, he had a servant. And he called that servant one day. And he said to his servant, "What is your name?" And that servant says, "Whatever you call me, that is my name." He said, "What do you eat?" That servant says, "Whatever you feed me." "What do you wear?" "Whatever you give me." "Where do you sleep?" "Wherever you put me." When Ibrahim ibn Adam, he heard all of that, he started crying. He said, "Oh, Ya Ibrahim, this servant is showing more submission and love to you than you have to your Lord." Then Ibrahim ibn Adam saying to him, "What do you desire?" And the servant says, "What business does a servant have to do with desire?" How is the modern mind going to accept this now? They're going to say, "No, you have to have self-confidence, self-esteem." What kind of thing is this? What kind? This is now, once we enter, yes, tasawwuf. It says tasawwuf. This is so difficult, tasawwuf. Come from this bottom line first. What it means to take a bayat, what it means to give a shahadat to Allah, what it means for us to want to become a servant to Allah. And check ourselves if we have reached anywhere close to this. This is not a story. This happened. Take that and check ourselves. Today, have I behaved like a servant? Did I complain today to my Lord? When I want something, I didn't get it. When I want to eat something, I didn't get it. When I want to wear something, I didn't get it. When I desire something and He's not providing. That time, yes, you don't need anyone to tell you. By yourself, you are going to improve. You're going to know. You're taking yourself into accounting. You are judging yourself. And if you are in a situation where you're in a dergah, that should put you back into your line, saying, "What is a business? My business, I'm desiring. I want this or I want that." That's why unusual things may happen in the dergah too. You're sitting down, you want to eat, you're not used to, say, Turkish food. You're used to Pakistani food. You always want to eat Pakistani food all the time. They're giving Turkish food, you say, "What is this?" You cannot say, "What is this?" You have to eat what is in front of you. I don't like to eat onions. You have to eat it. I don't like to eat yogurt. Whatever is in front of you, you have to eat. It's training. I don't like to sleep. It's training. You have to sleep on the floor. Or they give you Pakistani food, spicy. And you're used to just nice Turkish food or Cherkess food. You're going to eat it. You're going to finish it. You're going to take the bread and you're going to wipe your bowl clean to finish it. There's going to be a shifa there. There's going to be a cure there. And you're stepping on your ego now, eating the food. You're stepping on your ego. Now, When you're eating, you are making ibadat. Because anytime you're stepping on your ego, that is an ibadat. That is a worship. It may look like it's simple, but it's not. If it's so simple, then why does the ego says no? It gets so uncomfortable, huh? But slowly now, you are going to get used to it, and you're going to come to a situation where you're saying, I'm just a servant. I'm just a servant. Say that to yourself. I'm just a servant. Say that to yourself every day. I'm just a servant. Whenever you see something you don't like, say, I'm just a servant. Alhamdulillah. Shukur ya Rabbi. Your faith will increase that time. You'll find more love to your heart that time because Allah will look and Allah will be happy. Because He's saying, now that servant of mine, he's accepting whatever I've put in front of him. He's not complaining. He is happy with me. And Allah is saying, if you are happy with me, I'm happy with you. Understand that. If we're happy with Allah, Allah will be happy with us. And if we're happy and we love the things that Allah loves, Allah will love us. If we dislike, if we don't have love for what Allah does not have love for, He will love us. Insha'Allah Rahman. We are here to learn something. And to put ourselves into better servanthood. Not just by saying, let me be a servant, better servant. Not to complain. That time you're going to be a servant. Insha'Allah Rahman. Ameen Allahu Tawfiq. May Allah forgive me and bless all of you. May Allah bless our Holy Prophet ﷺ, our Grand Shaykh, and our Sahib al-Saif. May He send us more help, Insha'Allah, and madad. We are weak ones. We are weak, and we are dirty ones. May Allah make us to be strong for this faith, Insha'Allah, for the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Give the tea.